A teenager finds herself transported to a deep forest setting where the battle between the forces of good and evil are taking place. She bands with a ragtag group in order to save their world and ours. This is my review of Epic. Yeah, so I first want to say I'm sorry. I'm a little bit late on doing this review because this movie came out in June, for those who didn't know. And I still got to review Monsters University as well when I go and see it. But yeah, right now Epic. When I first saw the trailer for Epic, I was like, okay, this may be a cool movie. Like, I saw some cool moments throughout the trailers. And I was like, yeah, this may be a good movie. And when I went and see it, and after I saw it, I was like, it was a decent movie. The good points. I thought that the animation of Epic was really, like, amazing because out of all the animation films this year, I think this animation film had the most moments where it looked like the animation was real. Like, and this isn't spoiling anything or anything but there's this princess that walks like in this pond, and algae like comes to her to make like a land bridge or whatever. And when they did a close up of her like feet, like touching algae and everything, and when it was like an overhead shot looking down on her walking on algae, like the algae looked realistic, and so did the water in the pond and the surrounding environment. But the characters, not so much realistic, but like the pond and algae and the surroundings, they really looked realistic. Also, the other good point is that the comedy was good. At moments it was bad. It was just like jokes for children, but sometimes it had like a good joke that was like for teenagers or adults. The bad points. The main bad point about Epic is that it's more for kids. Like I said, and the good points about like the humor, it was more for kids, but the movie overall, it seems, was for kids. I mean, teenagers and adults can see it, but some of them may say it's for teenagers and adults, and some of them may say it's not for teenagers and adults, and I'm one of them. Because I think the story was made so that like only a child could understand it, and they didn't like really develop anything else upon that to make it good for all audiences. I also thought that the story at times bored me, and I thought that at points it was predictable because it seemed like it followed the formula of some other films that I've seen before, and it's like some character does this, and then I was like, oh, is that gonna happen? And it does happen. It's like, oh, come on. Like, do something new, sort of. Yeah, so saw this movie with my dad, and my dad thought it was a good animation, and he gives it a 2.75 out of 4 stars. Well, I thought it was a really good animation, but the only flaw to it was that of the story and the comedy of it, so I give it a 2.25 out of 4 stars. And I'm not going to spoil anything because there's not much to spoil about this movie, and that's it.